welcome to GottaBeReel movie reviews with Thommi and Jules. And right now we're reviewing Marry Me.
Oh, it's a love story. I'm not huge on love stories, but I'm going to talk about this one because I actually liked it.
Okay, well, it's in theaters and it's also on Peacock. So we got to watch it on Peacock. Well, if you have NBC, like if you have Cox Cable or whoever your cable provider is or your dish provider is, and you have NBC, then you'll get Peacock for free. Otherwise, you could pay for a prescription. Subscription. I keep doing that.
Hey, movies are by prescription though, so it's totally okay.
And right now, Peacock is really good. Yeah, Peacock was really good. It's
a lot of stuff on there.
It's been good for a long time, since it came out, right? And they've been putting some new movies on there, like Boss Baby and stuff like that. And I noticed that they have like original TV shows and stuff that are really cool. But one of their original shows that they have now is Bel Air, which is a take on Fresh Prince. And
I'm going to be having Peacock.
Yeah.
We might have to just talk about that or something. We don't do normally TV shows, but this show is really good.
It's a whole different take on the Fresh Prince. Like, without the comedy, like what would it be like if it was more real life?
It's pretty deep.
But let's get back to Marry Me.
Yes, okay.
That's just a tout for Peacock.
Okay.
It's PG-13, so it's fun for the whole family. It stars Jennifer Lopez.
She's an international great singer that everybody loves.
Yes.
Okay.
Owen Wilson. He plays a teacher. Maluma. This is his first live action movie because remember he was in Encanto, but that was just
a voiceovers,
and that was his first movie.
I wonder, can he sing? Can he sing?
He is a singer.
Oh, I don't know. Okay.
He is a singer.
Okay.
So,
well, he sounded good on TV, but I didn't know if that was just a dub over or what.
He's a singer, professional. Okay. He's winning
very
awards.
Good looking too.
Yeah, award-winning singer. So. Yes, he is huge.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that was Encanto was his first movie, but this is his first actually live action movie where he's
actually physically in it. Okay.
Couldn't tell either. He did a great job. John Bradley as Colin. Sarah Silverman. Sometimes I don't like her.
I like her.
But this one,
I like her a lot.
Sometimes she kind of gets on my nerves, but this one she was all right.
Yes.
Chloe Coleman as Lou, the daughter. And Michelle Buteau. She's been in a lot of stuff lately, Michelle Buteau.
Really?
I remember seeing her like on MTV. They used to have like these little short things where they do like girl talk and then they do guy talk and stuff. And she's a comedian. And now she just is blowing up every time I turn around. She's in the First Wives Club on BET. She's in this movie. She's in a bunch of movies and TV shows. She's just doing the dang thing, and I'm proud.
Do it, girl.
Proud of her.
Okay.
That's great. All right, so
what's going on with Marry Me?
Music superstars Kat Valdez and Bastion are getting married before a global audience of fans, but when Kat learns seconds before her vows that Bastion has been unfaithful, she decides to marry Charlie, a stranger in the crowd, instead. So that's what we saw on the trailer. You see her stopping the concert. She's upset. He's holding a sign that says "Marry Me," and she's like, "I will."
And he's with his daughter. He's with his little girl who loves Kat. It's funny because his little girl looks like she's maybe 10 or something, and she's there, seeing Kat Valdez with her dad, who was just kind of like, he's doing it for his daughter. He's there for his daughter.
Let me go through my train of thought here. My realistic train of thought. If you're watching this, you can't be like how I normally think. You turn the brain off, okay? Because this is just fantasy,
It was fun to watch.
It was fun to
watch. I couldn't believe I actually liked it.
Come on, she pulls the man on stage. She don't know if he's married. She don't know if he's gay. She don't know nothing about this guy already, right? And they get married. Like, first of all, as adults, I think we should all know that you have to have a marriage certificate. So that marriage is not valid.
We don't even think that deep on this one.
I'm just going to tell you right now, don't ever look for a scene where you see them signing the papers, because this ain't going to happen. They just say that these people are married. So just accept that, okay? And then you can enjoy the rest of the movie, because I kept waiting, like,
that didn't even cross my mind, because this is one of those movies, like you said, it's a fun watch.
It's a fun
and that's
watch.
It. Don't dig deep, because you're going to find all kinds of stuff.
Do not dig deep.
It's no point of it. A movie can't cover all the little tiny things all the time. So we get it.
You know what, though, when they were doing, okay. I don't like. I don't want to give spoilers, but you know that they got married. So when they discussed the logistics, that's when they could have been like, and here, and maybe I did miss something. That's when they could have been like, and here's the marriage certificate. Go ahead.
I don't recall seeing any. I don't recall seeing any of that. No.
They talked about the logistics though. I remember he was like, I'm a teacher and I need.
Oh yeah, and his image, and he loved teaching and everything.
Yeah.
And it seemed like during the concert when they were about to get married, well, she thinks she's about to get married to Bastian, finds this out. It seemed more of a publicity thing too, because that right there was about to totally crush her whole concert. It might even mess up her reputation, but she had to redeem somehow, and that's all she thought of when she was on stage. She's looking out, not believing what all her fans are looking on their phone, and I think it was
sad,
and it just
different.
It's just something that seemed like it did was just like boom, and it did help for publicity purposes, but it turned into a love story.
Well, that's what she said. She's like, I need to try something different because the guys that I pick and I think are all right, they're bad for me.
Yep.
And maybe just picking some random dude
and going from
there. A normal dude would be okay.
Well, you know, way back in the day, arranged marriages were business. It wasn't because they're in love. It's because I'm the man. I go out and hunt. I need a woman to take care of the house and the kids and whatever else. It used to be a business transaction, and I guess sometimes it can still be, but I like to see people marrying for love.
Or plus, like, if you marry my daughter, you get 2 cows.
Yeah, 2 heifers. I just seen that the other day. I'm like, y'all will sell your daughter off for 2 heifers? How long does that meat gonna last?
That's milk, and that's meat.
And you'll give your daughter away. Ain't that what Mr. D? Like he gave? Did he give Celia away? And did he? Not Mr. but their dad.
They're redoing.
Their dad gave her away.
That. You know that, right?
They better not.
They are.
They better not.
They are.
Why is Oprah allowing that?
It's got big star. Oprah's a part of it. It's got like really big black star power. It does. It does. I think. If I remember correctly, Jennifer Hudson, of course.
I'm okay with that, but I don't think this is something you should ever touch. We're talking about the color purple.
Fantasia has a role. Like,
okay,
it's got a lot of. I don't want them to redo it either. I like leave it alone. I don't understand why Oprah's co-signing this. This is crazy. Like, why
I don't think you could top that.
I know so many people that can tell me word for word whole sections of that movie, whole scenes, and you want to remake it, so we hate that. Like, I just don't see that coming out good. Like, why?
Okay.
Every time they touch something like that, it just messes it up.
Yeah, not for classic stuff like that. Like, they're even redoing Cujo, and I'm like, oh, you and Christine. Now you know.
Really, they are?
Yes, they are. I don't know when it's going to be done, but they are redoing it.
With Christine, get a Tesla. Like,
who's going to be the artist? I mean, I don't know. I just don't want to see it because these are the type of classics that we love. Just like when they redid Pet Sematary. Bombed. What the F? What the F? All right, let's get back to Marry Me, because then we're going to go off on
Marry Me, happier movie, and a fresh movie, not a remake. Sorry about that.
And you know what, the soundtrack, I'm sorry, I love the soundtrack on here.
Yeah.
I liked her song, Marry Me. I liked a lot of the music on here. I like that. So I dig J-Lo a little bit more and more with her movies.
Can somebody else tell me if they noticed this? And it could have, I don't know if it's my TV. I don't think it's my TV because it doesn't do that with anything else or what. But there are some parts where like the aspect ratio or something is off. Like people, if you look kind of to the left or to the right, they look kind of stretched out. It's a little blurry
I didn't see that. But I can watch it again. I'm going to watch it again.
I'm going to watch it again too. Cause I thought that was strange. I mean, sorry, this is something that kind of
my TV. Sometimes I have to change the ratio. Like, one of my TVs is fine. The other one, I have to change the ratio on it because it starts looking like everybody's the same big size. I'm like, something's wrong with this. It's too...
For the most part, everybody looked fine. But occasionally, it's like they use a different camera. And this particular camera just did some weird things to the sides of the...
Okay. So this is based on a webcomic?
Yeah, based on the Keen Spot webcomic and graphic novel series by Bobby Crosby and Remy Isu Mokhtar.
Okay.
I didn't know. I just, I don't.
And I didn't know. So her son was in here as one of the students?
Yeah, that's another reason I want to watch it again because I didn't know that till I found these notes.
And her little girl, because she has twins.
Yeah.
her little girl can blow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but she sings better than her mama. That little girl, whoo! I seen a clip of her singing a cappella. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Little girl can blow. Your little girl got it.
She can sing.
Yes, she can. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to have to look at that again. I want to see the little boy.
And the wedding dress that Cat Valdez wears is 95 pounds.
It was gorgeous.
95
You wasn't moving
pounds.
it. You ain't going to move in it.
It was designed by Zuhair Murad and was such a labor to walk in that Jennifer Lopez sustained a hip injury from wearing it during long shoots.
I bet so.
Yeah.
Did you see how long and Jules? I mean, it was absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. And that's great if you're going to get married where you're just going to stand there, do your vows, and then close the stage. Because there is no way you're walking back to your dressing room with that on. That's coming off as soon as you get off stage, right there in the back where we do costume changes, all that. It was gorgeous, though. It was beautiful.
Well, Jennifer Lopez was heavily involved in her character's wardrobe. She personally chose her wedding dress after spotting it on the runway. So that was her own dang fault. Okay?
Her outfits, though, were hitting in here. She started reminding me a little bit of Monet.
She's a designer, too. She has her own clothes, so I'm wondering if some of those were her collection.
Some of them were very, very classy. Like, they weren't like, oh, I'm in booty shorts or anything. They were very classy, and she looked good, even when she was, going to the school with her new husband. And, she was super down to earth. In this movie, she feels so super down to earth, even though she's a superstar. She's like, you know what?
She tries, and I appreciate
very
that.
much. And she
could see that he's struggling, and she's trying, and I appreciate that. She wasn't just like oblivious.
Or just kick him to the curb and be like, let's just let this public.
So I appreciate the smartness in the writing of that. Because they could have easily been like, look, it's the
you get away from me. But she wasn't that type of character. Yeah. No, she did good. And I think her and Owen Wilson made a good, for this type of movie, it was good because he was a school teacher. He's with the kids all the time. He's got this. And then all of a sudden, within a matter of seconds, his whole life is flipped. And he's like,
his life
do you want to take this woman
down?
Yeah. like that's cool.
She didn't catch
But no, it was good. It was good.
She don't watch black shows. Anyway.
I do. I watch any shows.
I said you didn't catch that. I said his life got flipped, turned upside down.
So you want to take a minute and just sit right here and tell me how Will Smith became the Prince of Bel-Air? Don't test me. Don't test me. Or how dare you?
Okay, so you passed that one.
Don't test me.
So you passed that.
All right, let's go ahead. Don't you test me.
Okay.
All right.
So Mary Me is Jennifer Lopez's first movie to sing songs live using her own voice. Whereas in the movie Selena, she was lip syncing to Selena's songs.
That was absolutely necessary because Selena could sing. So that's all I'm going to say.
You mean Jennifer Lopez?
Selena.
Yes, Selena can sing.
That's what I'm talking about. Selena can sing. I understand why she lip synced to Selena. Selena's voice is beautiful.
Yes.
She wouldn't have been able to pull that off. Plus, she pulled off the look, absolutely, but the voice, Selena was, I
felt like that pulled us more into it, too, because we're actually hearing Selena's voice.
Yeah, and it does, and that's fine, but there, like, some of the stuff we watch, sometimes you'll hear the actor's voice a little bit, then they'll switch back and forth, but for Selena, no.
I think it was necessary to have Selena's voice.
Yes.
Jennifer Lopez is 25 years and 6 months older than Maluma. So she was a little cougar.
Well.
But she looks young, so I mean.
She looks fantastic. Her stomach is like as tight as a drum. I mean, when you say flat, there's flat stomachs, and then there are like washboard flat. And I mean, her stomach is literally, sit a piece of paper on the ground. And that's how flat her stomach is. She looks fantastic. She's lost some weight. She's thin, but she's very much in shape. So go ahead, Jayla, whoever your trainer is, good job.
And I'm saying, like, you know how we used to talk about, everybody used to talk about how big her booty was? Well, I think these days and age, it just looks like a normal booty.
It's there. Like you can see the bump, but it's not as big as it used to be when she was
with
younger.
All these other women with super big bumps, big
BBLs,
butts,
that get ridiculous looking. But hers is natural. She still has a butt. It still looks good. It's just not, like I said, she's lost weight.
It's not like a novelty, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, like Megan Thee Stallions anymore at this point.
Saying, it just looks like a normal butt now.
But she's lost, like I said, remember, she used to be kind of thick. She was always in shape, but she was kind of thick, but she's not. She's lean. Thick, she's lean and in shape. She's in great shape. Yeah, J-Lo was thick. What are you talking? Back when she was with Diddy and them, she was thick. I don't remember. She looked good. When I say thick, I mean in a good way.
Okay.
Not like that. Her butt was super. I mean, it was really big, but again, she looks fantastic. Her body is perfectly proportioned. Looks good. Her face is looking good. She's looking young and fresh in there. I think I'm gonna guess that she probably really enjoyed doing this movie. She looked like she did.
She looked like she did. They all looked like they did.
It looked fun.
Yeah, it was authentic. It felt authentically fun.
Yeah. So,
how many clappers would you give it?
Definitely a 3. It's a 3.
I mean, as much as you loved it, you're not gonna give it like a 4?
I didn't say I said I enjoyed it. It was cute and it was fun, and I liked the soundtrack. It's just a 3.
Okay. Well,
it's absolutely worth the watch.
I'm gonna agree with you, and I'm also going with 3.
And like I said, I'm not into love stories, so keep that in mind.
Yeah.
I like this, and I love Owen Wilson. I love the fact that
if you went to the movies, you would feel fine paying like matinee prices.
Yeah, yeah.
And the soundtrack, you know, when she's singing, they're in concerts and stuff.
It's her voice. I like
that
it.
would be dope in a movie theater, unless you have a really great sound system at home.
Well, just watch it. Pull up Peacock. $4.99. Even if you get Peacock for a month, like I said, we got great content.
It's free for me
because you have cable.
We have cable.
Yeah, but yeah, I recommend watching it. It's cute. Just sit back and relax. Don't start thinking all deep. It's just a great fun watch. And it's got me a little tingly inside. I think that might have been the first one because I'm like, I don't do love stories, but okay. I liked it, so we're gonna give it a 3 clappers.
Because then there was a scene where all of a sudden Maluma's character came out and.
See, then I might have given it a 4.
And that's why she loves it.
If they'd have gone on Norman Bates with it, Sebastian, when she found out he was cheating, just go all Norman Bates on him. I might like that more, but of course, that's not the story. We'll say that for another day. But anyhow, well, thank you for tuning in to Marry Me. Go ahead and pull it up on Peacock. It's a fun little enjoyable love story. Yeah. Don't forget, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we are on Cashapp. It gotta be real. You're gonna see it somewhere right around in here. If you would like to make a donation, let us know what you want to see. Appreciate you being here. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye. Pay that $4.99 for Peacock.
I told him that. Bye. We're gone now.